Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Folio large LED linear pendant. This is the 1376/89. This is going to be the one that's 63 inches left to right. There is a smaller one that is the 1376/87. That one's 37.8 inches left to right. If you have a question about which one's right for you, just give me a call or send me an email and I can go over all the things with you. It's also a really nice fixture that kind of comes down as a single one, and that can go over your kitchen island, and there are a couple sconces that go with this too, so check those all out for me. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. The fixture body independent of the rods that it's hanging from, and that's coming in at 9.2 inches high, and like I said before, 63.4 inches left to right, and we call that the width. The depth is coming in at 9 inches. Now the overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling itself, is going to give you a pretty good range. You could actually use this as a semi-flush if you wanted to. Begins at 15.7 inches, and remember, very bottom to actual ceiling. Can go as far as 54.7 at its longest, a standard product. Now we do custom lengths, so let's say you needed 106 inches overall height or 220 inches overall height. Send me a quick email saying you're looking at the 1376/89 and tell me a solid number of what you're looking for. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department, where it'll come back with an answer. We do it every day. It's not a big deal. And we can generally get pretty tall, like all the way to a second story. So you're good to go there. Let's get into a couple other things. Let's get into some little details, like it's 33 pounds. You'll want to tell your installer about that. Canopy up in the ceiling is going to be 14.8 by 5.3, and it is about that thick. It's holding a driver and a transformer. It's going to transform your line voltage in your house or your building into a low voltage, where it's going to come down and feed those LEDs on the bottom. Okay. I want to show you a little bit more information about the canopy and how it goes over your 4-inch junction box. And how we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions really quick. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list of all the parts that goes with it, how to put it together, which we'll get into in a second. But it's going to show you some good line drawings and schematic drawings of the canopy and the bottom part of this and how it goes over your junction box. So it's always good to see those things first. This is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees in one direction along the slope and not down the slope. If you were going to be using this on a slope ceiling, best thing to do would be to drop me a quick email again and send me some photographs, some images of what you guys have going on, because we do custom versions of it going down the slope as well, but I have to see exactly how it's going to work on your ceiling. This is a non-returnable fixture. It's one of those rare ones that's non-returnable because it goes out on a pallet, because it's 63 inches long. So we want to get our ducks in a row. So if you have questions, always feel free to call or email, because we want to talk to you about these things. Okay, why don't we talk about more on that installation sheet. And you're going to notice there's a chart. The chart is going to show you which of these rods are going to be going together to get to those overall listed overall heights that are listed there. So you've got a bunch of these. You're going to have 6 of the 12 inches, you're going to have 2 of the 6 inches, you're going to have 2 of the 3 inches, and you're going to have a bunch of these little connectors, and these are threaded connectors. You can see it right there. There's threading on each end of these pipes. They go together really simply. And you're going to figure out on that chart which of these pipe combinations you're going to need to get to your overall height. And you're going to, when to put this together, you're going to basically take a table, you're going to put like a blanket on it or something to protect the table. You're going to put the part that has the LEDs and the decorative ribbons down below. That's going to be on one end. And you're going to take these little parts and you're going to just kind of put them in a line, okay, just the way they're going to be, and then you're going to feed those wires through them one by one. So you're going to put through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, and then you're simply going to screw them together. So it takes only a second to do that, and when you do it, you're going to notice that it's super tight, and engineering's beautiful, so you barely even see a line there. So those are all good things. Okay, why don't we move on and talk about a couple other quick things. Let's talk about how much light's going to come out of this. So this is 57 watts of LED electricity going into that. It's going to produce 2,000 lumens, which means that this is more than enough light for a dining room. You could definitely use this over a kitchen island too. That's a lot. Remember, half of the light's going to be going up and half of the light is going to be going down, so you have to divide it by 2. So how this works is you have all those beautiful forged decorative bands on the bottom, and in the middle of it is a frame, and that frame has a frosted diffuser in the center of it, and on the long sides of that, the 63-inch sides, there are rows of LEDs shooting light into the middle of that diffuser. Light's going to go up and hit your ceiling. It's going to bounce off your ceiling. That's your ambient light, which will light your room beautifully. And then the light that's going to be going down, that's going to be your task lighting. So that's how that all works. And while it's doing all that, it's eliminating all of those beautiful forged pieces, the decorative elements on there. The color of the light is the middle of the road, warm white, soft white, what we like to use in our showroom. That's the light that's coming down on my hands from these 3000 Kelvin LEDs above me. So that's what we like to use here. Also a dimmable fixture, obviously, so make sure you talk to your installer, tell them it's a dimmable LED fixture so they put the right dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.